Okay guys, this is our second part of today's lesson. Okay, hyperbolic function. We'll start first with some introduction. Okay, these ones will help you also in the future when we will start with integration. Okay, that's why I wanted to show you this so that you don't forget. Okay, so if you have sinh, okay, this is how we write hyperbolic. Remember in trigo, we write like sine of f of x or sine of x, okay? This is trigo. But hyperbolic, we add this h and we read it as sinh, okay? So this one, I told you that this one is going to help you with integration as well, okay? You need to know them. So this is going to be e to the power x, okay, minus e to the power minus x over 2, okay? Apart from sinh, we have also cos, which is cos now here in hyperbolic, cos, which is equal to what? E to the power x plus e to the power minus x over 2. We also have tang. Tang is sinh over cos. You just take this over this one. You see that the two can cancel each other. We remain with e to the power x minus e to the power minus x over e to the power x plus e to the power negative x. Okay guys, apart from tang, we also have cot. Okay, sorry, I forgot the x here, x, and also x there. Okay, cot of x. You inverse this. This goes to the numerator and this goes down. Because cot, we say that is the inverse of tan. So it's going to be e to the power x plus e to the power negative x over e to the power x minus e to the power negative x. Yeah, we also have sec of x, which is the inverse of what? Of course, the inverse is here. So you take the 2, you put it there upstairs, okay, over e to the power x plus e to the power negative x, okay. Then the last one is what? Cosec of x, which is the inverse of what? Of sinh. You take the 2 up over that one, e to the power x minus e to the power minus x. Okay guys, you see these formulas, you have them on our additional formula sheets, the tutor, okay? So it's going to help you a lot while you'll be doing the integration, right? Okay guys, I'm going to give you some identities on hyperbolic functions, okay? In hyperbolic functions, when you see cos squared of x minus sinh squared of x is equal to what? To 1. Remember with trigonometry, we say cos squared plus sine squared is equal to 1. But here in hyperbolic, it's cos squared minus sinh squared, which gives us 1. Don't forget this, okay? But when you take cos squared of x plus sinh squared of x, this is not going to give you 1. It will give you cos of 2x. This is so important, guys. Please, this is so important. And we also have 1 minus tang squared of x will give you what? Sec squared of x. But with trigonometric, it's 1 plus tan squared, which gives us sec squared. But here in hyperbolic, it's 1 minus. Okay, so this is the only difference. Alright. Okay guys, we're still on hyperbolic functions. Now let's talk about the differentiation of hyperbolic function. Don't worry, everything, all the formulas, they are there on your formula sheets, okay? You can download them if you want. Yeah. So, let's talk about the derivative of what? Of course, f of x, okay? Derivative of cos of f of x. So remember, in trigo, the derivative of cos is negative sinh. But here, in derivative of what? Of hyperbolic functions, cos is going to give you derive first f of x, then multiply by sinh, okay, of f of x. There is no minus here, okay, you keep it like this. We also have sinh, derivative of sinh of f of x. First of all, you derive the function, then you multiply by what? By cosh of f of x. Okay. You see, guys, from these two, you can be able to differentiate all the remaining function with tang, cosec, sec, by using the identities that you know already. Okay, and the formulas are still there. Guys, apart from sinh and cosh, the derivation, we can also take what? Tang of f of x. When you derive this, you take f of x, you derive, okay, then you multiply it by what? By sec squared of f of x. Okay, we also have cot of f of x. When you derive this, you get f of x, you derive it, you multiply by what? Don't forget the minus. There's a minus here. Everything anyway is on your additional formula sheet. Okay. You derive of f of x and you multiply by what? By cosec squared of f of x. Okay, guys. As I said, while you know sinh and cosh, you can find the remaining formulas. But I'm going to prove you the differentiation of what? Of sec of f of x. They ask you to differentiate this. Alright. First of all, you need to change this to what? But because it's the inverse of cosh. Okay. So it's going to be 1 over cosh of f of x. You derive this. Okay. Using what? Quotient rule. Okay. When you use quotient rule, okay, guys, if you wanna derive this, we are going to do it using what? Quotient rule. U over v, you derive. Okay, so you take this one, you derive it. Okay, you multiply by the denominator. Okay, okay, minus, you take the one as it is there, you don't derive, then you derive only the denominator. You derive the function first, then you multiply by what? By sinh of f of x over the denominator, you square it. What is the meaning here? The derivative of all the numbers is always equal to what? To 0. And 0 times this is 0. And here you have 1, you derive this, okay? We remain with the derivative of f of x, you multiply it by sinh of f of x over cosh squared of f of x. So you can see that this cosh, we can write it twice under the denominator here. We still have the derivative of f of x, sinh of f of x over, I said you can write it this twice as cosh of f of x multiplied by cosh of f of x. Then you can see that everything here, this one here, is sinh over cosh, which is 10. And here there is a 1 which is remaining there. 1 over cosh is going to give you a sec of x. So let me erase this quick and write you the final answer. Okay. So finally here, sec of f of x is equal to what? Negative f prime of x multiplied by what? By 10. Tang of f of x multiplied by what? By sec of f of x. Okay. So this is what you should. So guys, you see I just proved sec of f of x. Now there is also cosec of f of x. when they ask you to derive this, you can do the same, but after doing everything, because cosec is the inverse of what? Of sec, of sinh, okay? As it's the inverse of sinh, you're going to do the same thing as we did here to prove. So it's going to give you already this. Negative f prime of x multiplied by what? By cot of f of x multiplied by cosec of f of x. So you're going to keep this. Guys, let's now derive this. Okay, you take the 3 down. Okay, you multiply by sec x squared. Okay, then 3 minus 1 there. We're applying chain rule. Everybody knows about chain rule. Then you multiply by sec of x squared. You derive this. Okay, so here what do you have? You have 3. Then sec of x squared to the power what? 2. Then the derivative of this. I showed you that it is in your additional formula sheet, okay? Then you derive the function first, which is going to give you 2x, okay? Multiply by what? The derivative of that is going to give negative tanh of x squared. Multiply by what? By sec of x squared. Okay, guys? And what is remaining here? We can take 3 times 2, which is 6. With the x, 6x. Okay? Then there is a negative sign here. You can put it in front there. Okay? Then multiply by tanh of x squared. Then you have now sec squared times sec of x squared. Okay, so it's going to give you sec cubic. All right, because the 2 here is for sec, it's not for the angle. This is the angle. We don't put the angle to the power 2 or whatever. We only take the power for our hyperbolic function. Okay, so it's sec squared multiplied by what? By sec. Okay, which is going to be 3, because we take the power, we add them. Okay, here there is 2 and then there is 1. We add the powers, so it's going to be 2 plus 1, which is the 3 there, and the angle is x squared. So this is your answer.